With no other option, I just run around the corner and jump into an unwanted baby disposal centre. I run over to him to try and take his cash again, but no one else has tipped him. This guy is seriously screwing me over financially. I was really counting on robbing him again. What a dick. The container is full of some sort of green acid, and when I drop him in, there is a sort of sizzling sound, almost like burning flesh or something. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be fine. Like for example, my parents told me that I was an accident every day of my childhood, and I'm pretty sure they were lying. Right? Right, guys? Marto and I mostly just look pretty and murder hookers. You'd be an Uber driver. I mean, you might not get to your destination in one piece, but you might get to your destination, I guess. And guess who we find at the top? That's right, Gandhi. Cruise along doing pirate stuff like, you know, blowing up civilian boats. I guess we aren't really interested in stealing their stuff. We are more into simply striking fear into their little NPC hearts. So I think, yeah, by definition, that's literally just terrorism, but let's not overthink it. This is actually Australia in a nutshell right here. A pale man with a questionable haircut hunched over a slot machine, wearing thongs and covered in tattoos, hoping that he hits a feature so the 6 kids he has to 3 different women can all eat tonight. But I still have so many locked guns I can't buy because I'm not a high enough level. What is this, Australia? No matter how many times I do it, it's always super fun beaching boats in video games. It's like popping bubble wrap or stirring my morning coffee or slashing people's car tires and leaving death threats on their windscreens. It's just one of my little guilty pleasures. So please ask random strangers if they like pelicans, and if they reply with anything other than, yes I love them, proceed to reverse roundhouse kick them in the jaw and then teabag their unconscious bigotry body. I also added a scar across his face that people will probably assume is from a badass knife fight or something, but is actually from a failed attempt at trying to do a triple tail whip on a Razor scooter when he was 12 years old. Nothing solidifies a friendship like massacring the entire population of a town together. I found some moonshine and a bottle of gun oil, but there was no guns in the house. I don't even want to know what he uses the gun oil for. Some would say carrots are the crack of the vegetable world. However, his spirit was easily broken with my shotgun. Don't take a dump in the morning because then you'll have nothing to do in the afternoon. He then shouts out to his crew, there's a cross-dressing junkie hiding behind that. The moral of this story is don't pay for your date's dinner. Like back then, everyone was uneducated as there was far fewer schools and therefore simply nowhere to shoot. I try to lasso the driver and end up teleporting him to the fucking nether or something. I guess all this crack has turned my guy into a wizard and I'm not sure about that. I plan to spread their ashes over a construction site that has lots of concrete because they both need to harden up. Her boyfriend is also here, or maybe it's her dad. Actually, it's probably both. She is a gypsy. LOL. We discover a fun new game I like to call Trampling Slaves. They were slaves, not kittens. Nobody that mattered got hurt. Yes, I realize I've already made fun of blind deaf orphans this video, but what are they going to do about it? Tell their parents on me? Prostitutes are replaced with... well, actually no, there is still plenty of prostitutes in both games. Thank Christ. I quickly tell my girlfriend that we are going on break for a few weeks so I can give this game the attention it deserves, and I proceed to launch in. But at least I have the added aesthetic benefit of now looking like an 80s porn star. They proceed to reject me, and so instead I get too drunk and end up in a bar fight. Basically just an average Saturday night on the piss. I secretly hope that the bear eats my disappointment of a horse. Stop bothering me, you Clint Eastwood look-alike douchebag. It's hard to be rude without a head, isn't it, King Louis XIV? I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years now, and I would break up with her in a second if it meant I got to spend one night in Kinny Winnie. I mean with Kinny Winnie. It turns out it was just lag. Serves me right for simultaneously streaming Pornhub in 8K while I play. I'm planning on naming all my kids, please subscribe to Modest Pelican, so they can be little advertisements instead of just freeloading malakas. I then dare Crosby to fight a crocodile with his hunting knife. For Australians, this is just your average Thursday afternoon. The movie Crocodile Dundee is an eerily accurate portrayal of life down under. He then gets eaten by the crocodile, and again this is still an accurate portrayal. In the bedroom, and then the guy who immaturely bombed us rushes in, and so I tie him up, and all of a sudden it's weird. The room's dimly lit, there's a guy tied up on the bed, and there's lots of dudes just standing around, and then Marto walks in.
What the fuck have I... Was there a man doggy styling on the bed?
I convinced both crews to sign a peace treaty, and we sign it by committing a mass suicide because this game doesn't actually have a function that lets you sign a peace treaty. This also makes for the perfect time to find a new lobby and complete our main objective. It climbs in and we're doing it, lads and lasses, we're really doing it. She does seem to be pretty aggressively dry humping Mato's face, but as long as she gives us a 5-star rating, I can't be mad. Please drive around in an ice cream van, but instead of playing whimsical chimes, just play the audio from my videos. If anyone in the neighborhood complains, feel free to abduct them at your own discretion.